economy in the third quarter was supported by the manufacturing industry in terms of business fields and net exports from the expenditure side. The manufacturing industry grew by 0.75%, while the net exports grew 1.23% on an annual basis. The country's oil and gas exports were triggered by rising commodity prices in the global market. The Indonesian government focuses on increasing the use of new and renewable energy in the National Energy Plan. Regarding this, the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources has even confirmed that it will not accept the proposal for the construction of new coal-fired steam power plant.
The Indonesian government has confirmed that it will no longer accept new project proposals for the construction of coal-fired steam power plants because the future direction of national energy policy will rest on new renewable energy and a green economy. The Director General of Electricity, Rida Mulyana, said that in the business plan for providing electricity, the construction of a steam power plant that is currently still ongoing is a project that has previously signed a 35,000 megawatt program contract or a project that has entered the construction stage.
Kita tidak lagi menerima usulan PLTU atau batu bara yang baru. Jadi yang ada di RUPTL sekarang adalah yang ongoing project. Artinya yang sudah PPA.
Existing ya Pak ya?
Sudah close ya, jauhnya sudah konstruksi. Nah itu kita artinya apa? Pasca 2030 tidak akan ada lagi pembangunan pembangkit yang berbasis fosil. Tapi semuanya EBT yang tadi disebut oleh Pak Menteri adalah Grand Strategi Energi Nasional itu Mas. Jadi kedepannya pasca 2030 itu tidak ada lagi pembangkit yang berbasis fosil. Nah di sisi lain dalam RUPTL yang ada itu yang baru dari PLN kita juga melakukan program atau merencanakan program konversi PLT.
Meanwhile, the planned additional new renewable energy generating capacity is predicted to reach 20.9 gigawatts. Rida said that the government was preparing an early retirement plan for coal-fired steam power plants in Indonesia. In addition to closing the proposed new project for the construction of steam power plants, the government also requires existing power plants to use biomass as a fuel mixture. From Jakarta, Adi Firmansyah for IDX Channel.
To support economic activities, the government continues to accelerate the construction of the Trans-Sumatera Toll Road, where one of the section currently in the process of completion is the Kayu Agung Palembang Betung Toll Road.
Waskita Karya through Waskita Sriwijaya Toll is committed to completing the Kayu Agung Palembang Betung Toll Road. Until now, the construction progress has reached 22%. Meanwhile, for land acquisition, it reached 68%, with a long section of Phase 2 as far as 69 kilometers. The construction of this toll road is targeted to be completed in August 2023.
Lewat jalan tol itu hanya 25 menit atau bahkan 20 menit. Itu sangat-sangat membantu untuk kelancaran logistik. Kita punya target tahap 2 adalah di Agustus 2023.
Meanwhile, Secretary of the Toll Road Business Entity, Triyono Juno Asmono, said that the Kapal Betung Toll Road section is part of the main corridor of the Trans-Sumatera Toll Road.
Yang total 2.121 untuk backbone-nya itu bisa beroperasi 641 km. Dan saat ini kalau kita lihat di ruas ini adalah salah satu ruas yang akan kita kejar, mudah-mudahan bisa selesai di 2023.
He said the construction of the toll road was also to complete the structure of the northern corridor network of the 2,121-kilometer Trans-Sumatera Toll Road. From Jakarta, Adi Firmansyah for IDX Channel.
Moving on to global update, Airbnb reported record sales and earnings that beat analysts' estimates, proving the company's resilience. Meanwhile, India cuts fuel taxes as prices hit record highs. And more stories on today's International Minute.
Uber Technologies on Thursday reported its first profitable quarter on an adjusted basis since it launched more than a decade ago with its two most important segments, ride-hailing and restaurant delivery, both turning the corner. Uber said consumers were traveling in greater numbers and drivers had returned to its platform in the third quarter, suggesting its massive payments to incentivize drivers had paid off. Airbnb reported record sales and earnings that beat analyst estimates, proving the vacation rental giant's resilience even as the Delta variant of COVID-19 prompted new travel concerns and restrictions. Revenue grew 67% to $2.2 billion in the third quarter, Airbnb said in a statement Thursday. Analysts forecast $2.07 billion according to data compiled by Bloomberg. Net income of $834 million far exceeded Wall Street's expectation of $456.2 million. The shares rose in extended trading. IKEA is to raise prices as the disruption to global supply chains is expected to last into next year. IKEA reported a drop in full-year profit due to higher transport and raw material costs. In the coming year, it will pass some of these costs on to its outlets, which will be free to then charge customers more, the Reuters news agency reported. Businesses have been struggling with supply chain problems as economies recover from the COVID pandemic. OPEC and allied oil-producing countries rebuffed pressure from U.S. President Joe Biden to pump significantly more oil and lower gasoline prices for American drivers, deciding Thursday to stick with their plan for cautious monthly increases even as prices surge and the global economy is thirsty for fuel. The OPEC Plus alliance, made up of OPEC members led by Saudi Arabia and non-members led by Russia, approved an increase in production of 400,000 barrels per day for the month of December at an online meeting. IDX Channel reports.
Market headlines will be right back after the break. Stay tuned.
Membangkitkan kembali semangat olahraga di tengah pandemi, MNC Group lewat kolaborasi antara IDX Channel, iNews, dan MNC Portal Indonesia menyelenggarakan event IDX Golf Tournament 2021.
Seperti yang kita ketahui, 1 tahun belakangan ini kita sebagai lembaga di bawah SRO, kita wajib mendukung program pemerintah, terutama program PPKM. Kita berharap setelah level 2 ini hubungan antar kelembagaan, baik itu OJK, Bursa Efek, SRO, PKC, dan anak-anak perusahaan, serta emiten lainnya bisa saling bersilaturahmi kembali.
Turnamen golf ini menghadirkan 6 kelas kejuaraan dengan 114 peserta dari kalangan investor, direktur perusahaan BUMN, dan swasta. Para peserta nantinya akan saling mengadu keahlian bermain golf dalam setiap kategori kejuaraan.
Kita tahu community yang katakanlah yang sering mengakses IDX adalah para pemain di pasar modal, baik emiten maupun yang lain-lainnya. Jadi ajang ini ajang yang bagus untuk mempertemukan antara emiten, regulatornya dan lain sebagainya. Dan sangat menarik karena juga kebetulan diselenggarakan nggak jauh ya, jadi banyak yang bisa datang.
Tak hanya bertanding, para peserta juga disuguhkan berbagai hiburan dan grand prize senilai miliaran rupiah. Acara ini berlangsung berkat dukungan para sponsor yang juga mempunyai kepedulian terhadap pentingnya menjaga pola hidup sehat di masa pandemi.
Welcome back. President Joko Widodo's working visit to Scotland and the United Arab Emirates succeeded to secure investment commitment for Indonesia. The total investment commitment reaches $41.9 billion.
Indonesia secured an investment commitment of $41.9 billion from the President's working visits to Scotland and the United Arab Emirates in recent days. Minister of Foreign Affairs Retno Marsudi detailed that the commitment came from various meetings with investors in the midst of the UN Climate Change Conference COP26 in Glasgow and came from the UAE's investment commitment.
Pada saat di Glasgow, teman-teman ingat bahwa komitmen investasi yang diperoleh dalam pertemuan dengan para investor di Glasgow di sela-sela pertemuan COP26 adalah 9,2 miliar US dollar. Sehingga sekali lagi sampai titik ini totalnya adalah 9,2 ditambah 32,7 sehingga total 41,99 miliar US dollar.
Komitmen investasi sebesar 32,7 billion tersebut merupakan akumulasi dari investasi yang dihandle oleh INA maupun oleh Kementerian Investasi. Sudah barang tentu investasi ini masuk pada beberapa sektor. Tadi sudah disampaikan oleh Ibu Menlu, termasuk dalamnya adalah kesehatan, energi baru terbarukan, infrastruktur pelabuhan.
Meanwhile, Investment Minister Bahlil Lahadalia said that this investment commitment would enter various sectors, one of which is new and renewable energy. IDX Channel reports.
The Ministry of Investment will sign an investment MOU with a technology product manufacturing company from Taiwan, Foxconn. The investments will focus on electric batteries, electric cars and motorcycles, and parts for communication equipment. Minister of Investment Bahlil Lahadalia confirmed that Foxconn would enter and invest in Indonesia. However, he has not been able to specify the value and when the investment will be started. Bahlil said that this investment even received special attention from President Joko Widodo. The president ordered the officials to maintain Foxconn's interest to invest in Indonesia. The minister also said that in the future, Foxconn will cooperate with national and local entrepreneurs, such as MSMEs. So Foxconn is not only building an electric car industry, but also building a component and raw material industry. The Indonesian Pediatrician Association welcomes the emergency permit for the use of the Sinovac vaccine for children 6 to 11 years old. The association said that children have the potential to transmit the virus because confirmed cases of COVID-19 in the children often do not show symptoms.
The Indonesian Pediatrician Association welcomes the issuance of an emergency permit for the use of the Sinovac vaccine for children aged 6 to 11 years. General Chairperson of the Indonesian Pediatrician Association, Piprim Basara, reminded that Indonesia is one of the countries with a fairly high child mortality rate due to COVID-19. Piprim gave a message to parents not to hesitate to bring their children to get vaccinated against COVID-19.
Kami dari IDAI sangat menyambut baik adanya izin untuk vaksinasi pada usia 6 sampai 11 tahun ini, dan IDAI memiliki anggota 4.600 sekian dokter anak ya. Kami siap membantu menyukseskan program vaksinasi COVID ini untuk anak-anak 6 sampai 11 tahun. Sebagaimana yang sebelumnya untuk remaja juga kami juga sudah membantu untuk menyukseskannya. Dan pesan saya dari IDAI ya, untuk semua orang tua ya, silakan jangan ragu-ragu untuk membawa putra-putrinya melakukan vaksinasi COVID-19 ini. Selagi ini menjadi program pemerintah juga ya.
Piprim say the cases of COVID-19 in children in Indonesia were higher than in the elderly. For this reason, he hopes that child vaccination will be realized soon and must be guarded by all parties. From Jakarta, Rizkayu for IDX Channel.
The Ministry of Finance plans to continue to develop green financing by taking advantage of the high interest of the public and investors for environmentally friendly investment instruments. The Director of Sharia Financing said that the ministry is considering expanding the issuance of sukuk next year to expand the investor base. The development of the green sukuk instrument is expected to provide price benefits for the government, price benefit where the yield will decrease compared to regular sukuk because the government has the obligation to make a financing impact report on the environmental every year. In the last global green sukuk, the Ministry of Finance noted that incoming demand was 4.5 times the target. Next year, the development of sukuk is planned to be expanded in accordance with the green framework that can expand financing options.
Indonesia kan sudah mengembangkan namanya SDGs Bond. Jadi nanti tidak terbatas dengan green sukuknya, tapi Indonesia sudah memulai kalau untuk menerbitkan green sukuk itu ada.
Market headlines will be right back after the break. Stay tuned.
Halo Sobat Investor, kalian udah punya rumah belum? Berikut ini adalah tips bagi kalian yang ingin memiliki rumah impian. Tips yang pertama adalah menabung auto debit untuk membayar DP rumah. Kesulitan utama dalam membeli rumah adalah membayar uang muka sebagai syarat KPR. Jadi saat pertama kali kalian menerima gaji, langsung disisihkan secara otomatis ya untuk ditabung. Tips yang kedua adalah menabung dalam bentuk tabungan deposito ataupun emas. Menabung dalam bentuk tabungan deposito dan juga emas membuat tabungan kalian menjadi lebih aman dan tentunya melatih kalian agar semakin disiplin dalam menabung. Tips yang ketiga adalah cari DP rumah yang bisa dicicil. Program cicilan DP rumah membantu kalian yang memiliki dana terbatas. Tips berikutnya adalah pilihlah rumah yang sesuai dengan kebutuhan kalian. Pilihlah rumah yang memang kalian butuhkan ya Sobat Investor. Tips yang terakhir adalah pilihlah KPR dengan tenor yang cukup panjang. Karena KPR dengan tenor yang panjang membuat cicilan bulanan kalian menjadi lebih rendah. Nah, kini memiliki properti impian tentunya bukan angan-angan lagi ya Sobat Investor. Harga saham emiten Bank Digital PT Bank Jago Tbk terkoreksi di tengah munculnya transaksi saham besar-besaran UVCR yang ternyata naik sekitar 4,22%.
Welcome back. At the Jakarta Composite Index intraday movement earlier today, JCI was opened at the level of 6,600.72 and then approaching the closing time of the session. The index was on the level of 6,576.04. Then the index was showing weakening trend by the second session closing time. Index was closed at the level of 6,581.79. In short, JCI went down 0.07%. And next we are going to see the sectoral movement leading the dynamics of today's trading. We got infrastructure as the leader of the strengthening trend that went up 0.36%. Technology went up 0.36%. And we got energy as the leader of the weakening trend that went down 1.02%. And property went down 1.01%. And moving on to top gainers and top losers, here are the key highlights from today's trading session. BNBA went up 24.92% to the level of 2,080 per share. Tower went up 4.35% to the level of 1,200 per share. BCIC went up 29.95% to the level of 256 per share. BGTG went up 4.26% to the level of 195 per share. Meantime, the top losers for today's trading week got Astra International went down 0.84% to the level of 5,925 rupiah per share. Bank BRI went down 0.24% to the level of 4,240 rupiah per share. Arto went down 0.16% to the level of 15,175 rupiah per share, and pegas went down 1.96% to level 1,500 rupiah per share. And next, we are going to see the intraday movement of rupiah towards US dollar. Opened at the level of 14,327 rupiah, was also showing weakening trend towards US dollar. And was closed at the level of 14,361. In summary, rupiah went down 0.13%. Supported by sales growth until the third quarter, Aneka Gas Industri experienced a 456% increase in profit to 178.86 billion rupiah.
Aneka Gas Industri experienced a 456% increase in profit for the year to 178.86 billion, compared to the same period in the previous year of 32.17 billion rupiah. As of September 30, the company's total sales also increased to 2.07 trillion rupiah, up 31.6% compared to the same period in the previous year. Aneka Gas Industri President Director Ahmad Harsono said the third quarter of 2021 was a historic period for Indonesia, where due to cooperation and struggle of the entire nation, the number of COVID-19 cases continued to decline significantly every month. During the January to September 2021 period, the company again saw the growth in demand for gas products not only from health customers but also from other sectors, including infrastructure, consumer goods, and retail. IDX Channel reports.
Until October 2021, Wijaya Karya Beton has obtained a new contract worth 4.2 trillion rupiah. According to the Wika Beton's corporate secretary, the company's new contracts until October 2021 are dominated by the private sector with 60.77%, then 19.72% from the parent company, 17.09% from SOE, and 2.42% from the government. The top projects with the highest contract values include the Jakarta-Bandung high-speed train and the construction of signal and telecommunications for the Mojokerto-Surabaya-Solo double-track train. With the achievement of 4.2 trillion rupiah per October, the new contracts rose 44.82%. In the same time, the company is also optimistic that it can pursue new contracts worth 4.8 trillion rupiah throughout 2021. And step aside from market condition as the efforts in achieving herd immunity is still going on. Here is an update data about COVID-19 vaccinations in Indonesia. And the news closes our market headlines today. Please enjoy our next program on IDX Channel, your trustworthy economic, business, and capital market channel. To prevent the spread of COVID-19, always wear a face mask and get vaccinated immediately. Masks have been shown to reduce the risk of transmission by 80%, while vaccines minimize the risk of death by 73%. So wear a face mask and get vaccinated, because masks and vaccines keep us healthy and happy. I'm Wicky Adrian. Have a nice evening and stay safe.
menjalani kehidupan yang mapan dan masa depan yang sejahtera. Sikapi uang dengan bijak. Mulailah berinvestasi di pasar modal. Dengan membeli saham melalui Bursa Efek maupun perusahaan sekuritas, Anda dapat menikmati hasil keuntungan dari perusahaan-perusahaan besar yang tersedia. Pastikan Anda berinvestasi di perusahaan yang memiliki izin resmi. Cerdas mengelola, masa depan sejahtera. Otoritas Jasa Keuangan, lembaga pengawas industri jasa keuangan yang terpercaya.
Kementerian Pariwisata dan Ekonomi Kreatif secara tegas akan memperketat bagi para wisatawan asing yang akan liburan ke Bali.
Ya, nantinya wisatawan asing harus melakukan swab PCR sebelum keberangkatan.
Para wisatawan-wisatawan yang sehat, para wisatawan yang